Hello, I'm Max from Real Estate Hunter USA, and today I'm taking you to Maine, where you can experience a life surrounded by forests, lakes, and mountains. Because the rent you pay for a studio apartment in New York could get you the keys to a real home here, with your garden and property. You can create a lifestyle where there will be at least several hundred meters between you and your neighbors. In this video, I'll show you 7 houses from Maine, starting at $180,000, and you won't believe how low we'll go. So let me say this, watch until the end of the list, because that's where the deals get truly remarkable. If your budget is limited, you'll find useful information here. I wonder which house will surprise you the most. Let's take a look together. But don't forget to subscribe to the channel first. If you want to be the first to see such opportunities, turn on channel notifications. Solon, Maine. Population under 1,000, no traffic lights. The only sounds you hear while sipping your morning coffee are birds and wind. This house, whose price has been reduced to $45,000, is currently one of the most sought-after properties on the market, and it's certain that it won't remain on this list for long. This house with its metal roof was built in 1999 and sits on a 4.85-acre plot of land. In other words, the view you see from your kitchen window is your own land. There's a forest view, direct access to ATV and snowmobile trails, and it's perfect terrain for hunting. If you told someone wanting to escape city life about these things, their eyes would light up. When you enter, you are greeted by a living room with a cathedral ceiling and a wood-burning stove. Imagine yourself warming up by the stove on winter nights while it snows outside. In most parts of our country, people buy multi-million-dollar apartments just to picture the scene. The upper floor contains a loft-style bedroom and a shower. On the lower floor, there are 2 unfinished bedrooms and a bathroom/laundry room with plumbing installed but not yet completed. In other words, there is partial renovation. But this also means you will determine the value of this house. The more effort you put in, the more value you add. The wide, vine-covered porch overlooks the forest view. You don't need to do anything when you wake up here in the morning. Just sit, drink your coffee, and notice how quiet it is. People trying to buy this in the city are spending thousands of dollars and still can't get it. The seller is motivated, has reduced the price to $45,000, and is waiting. Annual tax, $1,971. In most cities, this amount wouldn't even cover the monthly parking fee. This land, this house, this tranquility, they put it all before you for $180,000. For that price, for 0.85 acres of land, isn't that a really good deal? The next houses will surprise you even more. Now, let's move on to the second house on our list. Norway, Maine. This is not in Europe, and Maine is the name of a real town. Would you be interested if I told you that this town was founded in 1797, was historically known as the snowshoe capital of the world, and still boasts a vibrant main street today? Only 35 kilometers from Lewiston, close to ski slopes, surrounded by lakes, yet the price tag remains real-world level. This classic 1940-built New Englander house is currently asking $175,000 with a $25,000 discount. It offers 1,680 square feet, 2 floors, spacious rooms, and a layout filled with natural light. The property features a fenced garden, a sun porch, and a welcoming veranda. Additionally, the house was previously used as 2 separate residences. Do you know what this means? With municipal approval, you can convert this house back into 2 independent units. One for yourself, one for the tenant. So this isn't just a house. It's a potential source of income now selling for $175,000. I recommend you think about this for a minute. Friends, the house is waiting for someone with vision. Even the listing description says this directly. It has a solid structure, original details from its era, and wooden floors. It currently stands in a quiet dead-end street, within walking distance of the cafe on the street. The annual tax is only $2,223. Norway's crime rate is below the national average, with a score of 3 out of 10. Small but vibrant. The New Balance factory has been here since 1997. A snowshoe festival is held every year, and ski slopes and lakes around it. So you can't call this town remote. It's just quiet and real. Would you like to buy a house and simultaneously earn rental income? This list is exactly for this purpose. The prices in the next section are even more interesting. Millinocket promotes itself with the slogan Maine's largest small town, and this is no exaggeration, right in the middle of the Appalachian Trail. Next door to Mount Katahdin, a town with a golf course and a municipal airport. So here's what I must say. It's remote, but not isolated. The difference is significant. With a $25,000 discount, this house, currently priced at $175,000, has been in the same family since 1940. What does this mean? It indicates that the house is well maintained and that the owners care about the property. The wooden floors have been renewed in the kitchen and living room. The shelves were custom-made. The bathroom was renovated. The windows were replaced, and the garage doors were renewed in 2022. You do not have to have these done. Additionally, the house features a detached garage for 2 cars, a 3-season porch covered with pine walls, and a full basement. Located on a quiet dead-end street, it is within walking distance of all city amenities. Finding a well-maintained house at this price right in the heart of the Dean region was harder a year ago. Now it's right in front of you. Annual taxes, $1,651. So, by paying a monthly tax of $137, you can park your cars in a 2-car garage, drink your morning tea on the porch, and enjoy the mountain view. Is this too far-fetched to experience? Millinocket has a municipal airport. There's also an O-field. The first person to see this house and act quickly will seize the opportunity. The next house is in the same town, but this time it has 5 bedrooms and a very different story. Same town, different house, very different price. Listed at $124,000 with a $26,000 discount. And this house has exactly 5 bedrooms. A 1915 colonial-style house, minutes from Baxter State Park and the legendary Golden Road. In other words, this house is 110 years old, and it's still standing, still for sale, still waiting. There are original wooden floors that have been partially renovated. The material for the bamboo flooring is ready and waiting for you. Do you want a small, sparkling project? This could be a great opportunity. But the real question here is, what do you do with this house? There are a few options you could consider. Annual rental. There's a rental market in Millinocket for university employees and park staff. With a house this close to Baxter State Park, short-term rentals can be made at high prices during the summer and fall seasons. Or you can create a year-round getaway just for yourself. 5 rooms means separate space for everyone. The house has a garage, a veranda, and the heating system is operational, ready for Maine's harsh winters. The annual tax is $1,474. Where else can you find this flexibility at this price? And one more thing, Millinocket hold a marathon and a parade every year. There's a golf course, and there's a municipal airport. This isn't a town where nothing happens. Only the prices haven't skyrocketed yet. You noticed this before anyone else because you watched our video. $124,000 for a 5-bedroom house. Where else is this possible in this country? Now, let's move on to our other opportunity house. Dexter, Maine, a small community built around Lake Wassukie that has become an introverted, community-focused town in recent years. Hiking trails, a public boat ramp, and lakeside parks are concentrated in this area. And this house right in the center is for sale for $95,500. This 1900-built New Englander house comes with a large laundry room and a root cellar, which is no joke, a serious necessity if you're going to live in Maine. This house offers 3 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, and a total of 968 square feet of space, including the additional structure. Let me clarify, this is a bank-owned property, so it's being sold as is. FHA, VA, or USDA loans are not accepted. Cash or conventional financing is required, and it needs some maintenance. But this also means the price has been adjusted accordingly. This house is being sold for $95,500 because of this. It is located right in the center of Maine, just steps from the lake shore and with access to hiking trails. All the city's essential services are within the town. Skiing, canoeing, and fishing are all included in the price of this house, meaning nature is already with you from the moment you move in. Since it's a bank foreclosure, One should seize opportunity instead of discussing the price. Houses like this disappear quickly from the market. For someone with suitable financing, ready to roll up their sleeves a bit, and wanting to establish a quiet life by the lake, this house is perfectly ready and waiting. And keep watching the video because the next house is being offered for sale for $79,500. Brownville, Maine, a quiet location near ATV trails and resorts. This house is a bit old but solid, and they clearly state this in the listing. A solid, old house. Most of the windows have been renewed. The wooden flooring is present in part of the house, and there are custom-made built-in cabinets and shelves in the upper corridor. And these cannot be added later. They are details from that period. The house has 3 bedrooms, a dining room, a living room, and a large kitchen. The house was built in 1820. So this house was constructed when America was only 44 years old, and it still stands today. The house includes an oven, refrigerator, washing machine, and dryer. So when you move in, you can start living without having to worry about anything. Does it require any work? Yes. But the annual tax is only $888. This amounts to $74 per month, less than most people's monthly phone bill. There's a full basement beneath the building, and it is built on a solid ground foundation. The land is flat and open. The framework of a house that has stood since 1820 is strong. There is 200 years of evidence for this. This place is called Brownville Junction. It is close to holiday resorts and is an area actively used by ATV enthusiasts during the summer and autumn seasons. Therefore, you can consider this house both as a quiet home for yourself and as a property with potential for seasonal rental income. 2 options, 1 price, $79,500. $79,500 for 1,152 square feet, 3 bedrooms, and appliances included. Isn't this a great deal for you? Keep watching for the last house. Our new house has had a price reduction of $52,000 and is now $58,000. It is on a 1-acre lot, has a 2-car garage and a metal roof. It is located in St. Albans, Maine. Ranch style, built in 1971. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 900 square feet. The house has a heat pump and Rinnai propane heating, meaning the heating system is working. A house on a 1-acre plot of land, featuring a metal roof, vinyl siding, and a small storage building. Let's be clear, the house is being sold as is. Therefore, it requires some maintenance. But for $58,000, this combination of a house, a garage, and an acre of land, can you find anywhere else in the country for this price? St. Albans is a quiet town, far from major cities. Yes, but Bangor is about an hour away, so it's not completely isolated. And let's also say this. When you buy this house at this price and make a small investment, you can consider rental income, use it as a weekend home, or simply own property in this country at a really affordable price. Annual tax, $1,358. This amounts to $113 per month. The monthly fee for a parking spot in most cities. Imagine this. 1 acre of land, a 2-car garage, metal roof, working heating system, all for $58,000. This is the lowest price on the list. And it's not a coincidence. This price isn't the end of something. It's the beginning of something. $58,000. This list is over. But this price will stay with you. That's it. 7 houses in Maine. From $180,000 to $58,000. When you consider them all together, you see only one thing. There are still real opportunities in this country. If you only look where everyone else is looking, you can't see anything. Most people pass by Maine. They call it cold, distant, small. But let me tell you this. It's a few minutes from Baxter State Park on the Appalachian Trail, where you can drink pure lake water, fish, enjoy your morning coffee on your vine-covered porch, and take in forest views. You do all this for an annual tax bill of $1,971. Your neighbor in the city pays $3,000 monthly rent for the same view. Do you know what this difference is called? Information. Looking in the right place. Most people skipped over Maine, but you watched this video to the end. Even that shows there's a different perspective. Which house in this video caught your attention? Which one made you go, wait a minute? Write in the comments. I'm genuinely curious. Maybe it's the well-maintained family home in Millinocket. Maybe it's the 1820 Brownville Classic. Or perhaps it's the $58,000 St. Albans surprise. And I must say, opportunities like this don't wait. When someone sets their sights on one, the listings disappear. Even while watching this video, some houses may already have found buyers. If you want to be the first to know about such opportunities in homes, ones that have dropped in price, have been overlooked, or no one has looked at yet, then there's only one thing you need to do. Subscribe to the Real Estate Hunter USA channel. New states, new towns, new deals every week. Turn on notifications and don't miss the next video. I'm Max from Real Estate Hunter USA. See you in the next video.